Rowan Linscott, the senior, a chance to end this game. Sullivan's pitch is a fastball, laser to the left side, and it's a fair ball. It's a fair ball. Here comes Hoyt Monroe, rounding third, and Rowan Linscott walks it off for the Bulldogs. They win 10-0. 3-0 lead for Athens. Home half of the sixth. Here's the 1-2 offering. Fastball hit down the middle. Easton Newsom gloves it. Pitch over to second base for one. Sam Traynor turns and throws the first base, and it's a double play. Bulldogs get out of the inning on a 6-4-3 to their final strike. Sitkoff trying to complete the shutout here. Here comes the 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike three. Noah Sitkoff with a complete game shutout. And the Bulldogs stay atop the standings in the TVC Ohio, taking down Megs 5-0. Home half of the fifth inning here from the Plains, Ohio. Beautiful sunny day for baseball. 4-3 lead for the Bulldogs. We got a great one here in the fifth as Hoyt Monroe swings through the first pitch from Logan Martin. And the count is 0-1. Monroe, third baseman, is 0-for-1 on the day. He went down looking back in the third. Martin, the ball at his chest, comes set, deals the next pitch fastball, paints the inside of the zone for strike number 2. 0-2 now to Monroe. The Bulldogs know what's on the line. You win this one, you'd have wins over the second and third place teams as the next pitch swung on and missed for a strike, and that will retire Hoyt Monroe. He goes down on strikes. That's the sixth strikeout of the day now for Logan Martin. And this will bring on Justin Bennett as we turn over the lineup card with one away. But I want to mention with the Bulldogs, they can win this one. 2.5 games up of the second place team, and that'd be huge for the Bulldogs. Here comes Justin Bennett, who has a run scored today. He'll swing one and bloop one over to left center, and that's down for a base hit. Justin Bennett with the first pitch single. And Athens trying to get something going here in the fifth after 3 out of their last 4 batters went down on strikes.
Yeah, Logan Martin has been pretty solid. As I said last time he was out here, this will be his 5th inning of work. He's through 4 1/3 now with 1 out here in the 5th inning. 6 strikeouts, 5 hits given up, 0 earned, 4 runs total, and just 1 walk. He's been able to limit the free passes, which has been huge for him.
First pitch fastball is outside to Landon Baker. Count is 1 ball, no strikes. Baker has reached base not once but twice today. A single in the first, a walk in the third. He also has a run scored as he was driven in by Easton Newsom, who's warming up on the on-deck circle. 1-0 offering. Fastball cut on and missed. And the count is 1 ball and 1 strike to Baker. These two teams will play again on May 2nd. The original game at Wellston was supposed to be played back on April 8th, but we had one of the worst weeks for weather that we've seen in quite some time, as there's a bunt that's chopped over to the right side, and it's out past the outstretched glove of Martin. Baker gets all the way to first base on a wonderful bunt single. And the Bulldogs got 2 aboard with just 1 away. And here comes a guy that's had so many RBI this season. It's Easton Newsom. Last week against Nelsonville York in one of the more recent league games, Newsom had a 3 RBI game there. He also had a 4 ribby game against the Logan Chieftains in the Bulldogs' home opener this season. So he's done very well with runners in scoring position. Take a look at the first pitch off speed for ball number 1.
Yeah, that bunt from Landon Baker right there, Cedric, was a thing of beauty. He was able to push it just hard enough towards that second base spot, and Colt Fortner going over towards second base to cover the bag. Nobody was home to field it. Logan Martin had to clean it up himself, and by that time,
1-0 slider was inside, throw down to second base, not in time as Justin Bennett scampers back to the second base bag. Baker remains on first. Counts 2 balls, no strikes, as in comes coaching staff for Wellston to have a talk here with Logan Martin. Make sure everything's okay with Wellston. Like I mentioned, they have a tie on their schedule, something that you don't see quite often, but this is a squad that was a pain in the Bulldogs side last year. Athens, they were pretty good, 13-10, but 8-4 in conference play. But the Bulldogs were not able to beat anybody higher than them in the standings. Megs 10-2 in the conference. Wellston 8-4 in league play. And Megs, of course, won the TVC Ohio. As for Athens, they're trying to win the TVC Ohio for the first time since 2019 here this season, and this would go a long way, defending your home field against Wellston, a place where right now the Bulldogs are 8-0 this season.
If my memory serves me correctly, it looks like they're going to intentionally walk Easton Newsom here.
And I think that's not a bad decision, in my opinion. With one out, though, a little tricky, but with Easton Newsom today, he's been so good at hitting with runners in scoring position.
He has. He had that RBI single. I think it was a 2 RBI single his last time around. And then his plate appearance before that in the first inning, a sharp line out to first base. So he's been seeing the ball well. That brings up a huge bat in Dawson Kennedy.
Bases juice as Kennedy fist one foul over to the right side. Count is 0-1. With just one away, though, you pretty much put Martin in a jam. Certainly an interesting situation there, especially since Newsom already got to see a couple of pitches go by. But his lefty matchup also presents a lot of troubles, too. The 0-1 to Kennedy. That fastball finds the inside of the zone. 0-2 quickly to Kennedy, who did have an RBI last time he was up. He's 1 for 2 on the day with an RBI, so a little bit of it is a double-edged sword for Wellston, but it seems like they do like their righty-on-righty matchup a little bit better than maybe a righty-on-lefty matchup.
That 1 for 2 with that RBI single, like you said.
0-2 fastball. That one's blooped to right field, and that's through for a base hit. Here comes the first runner. Justin Bennett headed to home plate. Quick turnaround for Landon Baker. He gets the windmill, and he scores. Make it a 2 RBI single for Dawson Kennedy. And Athens tells Wellston, hey, you're going to walk our batters? It doesn't matter. It's a double-edged sword. Dawson Kennedy has 3 RBI on the day. 6-3 lead for Athens. They've doubled up Wellston here in the Plains.
When you intentionally walked a 3-hole hitter to load the bases for the cleanup guy, you are flirting with danger. It's either going to make the coach look like a genius or nothing of the sorts. And Athens able to extend their lead. Big time hitting right there from Kennedy with 2 strikes, too.
Sharp will pop up the first pitch foul, and the count is 0-1. Right now, Newsom is on second. Kennedy is on first, but this is one where it will be a head-scratching decision right here for Coach Morgan Stevens. With runners on second and third, or I should say first and second, rather. You walk a guy intentionally. You create a bases-loaded situation. 0-1 slider finds the inside part of the zone for a strike. Count is 0-2 with 1 away. 2 runners on for David Sharp, who's looking to find some success today. Right now, Martin's had his number. He's caught him looking twice. 0-2 home. This time a little bit more speed, a fastball. That's low and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. But certainly Wellston paying for it, and that's a high leverage moment where if the score holds, that's one where you'll be kind of kicking yourself a bit. 1-2. And a good eye there by David Sharp. You might have heard it from the press box here. We got a very lively press box. I always love being at home for those reasons. And the count is evened up, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Easton Newsom with a little bit of a leadoff at second. Martin with the ball behind his hip. Takes a look at Newsom. Now deals his 2-2. Fastball outside. And the count is 3 balls, 2 strikes. Right around that chest level where the middle of the number 5 is at on Sharp's jersey. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Justin Jackson has had a good day behind the plate. He's got a strong arm, but 3-2 with 1 out and guys on first and second.
Here's the payoff. That one's fouled off backwards to remain alive, but a good plate appearance here for Sharp staying alive. The sophomore who's been holding down the fort ever since he was a freshman behind the dish. Made himself so valuable to this team from day one. Here's the payoff. Fastball outside and a good take by Sharp, and that's a walk. That is the 3rd walk of the day for Logan Martin. Second one truly. The other one was an intentional walk. But that loads up the bases as in comes Brady Warden. Bulldogs up 6-3, just 1 away in the inning, bases juiced. And Athens, they've been dangerous. Like I tell you, as the game goes on, Athens continues to get more and more dangerous. It's like a crescendo in a song that continues to get louder and louder as the game goes on. The Bulldogs, they tend to get better and better as the game goes on, as the first pitch is a breaking ball strike to Brady Warden, hitting that top part of the zone. Count is 0-1. But they have done it to so many teams. Against Nelsonville York, they were actually trailing 6-5 against the Buckeyes at one point, and then they ultimately ruled that game as the next pitch is foul tipped right into the backstop, right where the camera is at. So anybody that's tuning into the video feed, maybe creating that optimal radio with the TV feed combination there, got their camera shaken up a little bit, but looks okay. Count is 0-2 with the bases loaded.
Infield is in here for the Golden Rockets with the bases loaded.
Warden swings through the 0-2, strike 3. 7th strikeout of the day for Logan Martin. He's chalked up a couple of Ks today with only 2 earned runs, trying to complete through 5. With the bases loaded, though, that's a huge out.
Yeah, absolutely. You're one pitch away with the bases loaded, a double play. You can go to any bag at first and then on to first if you choose. Now 2 outs, it'll be a little easier for him.
Righty on righty matchup. First pitch slider is a strike to Sam Trainer. Nice ball to strike slider started on the inside where Sam Trainer was at and then curved in.
But Sam Trainer did have a single to lead off the 3rd inning.
He'll swing at the next pitch. That ball is right into the glove of Colt Fortner on a weak liner, and that retires the side with the bases juiced. However, the Bulldogs, they do make Wellston pay for their decision to intentionally walk Easton Newsom. We're headed to the 6th inning. Daniel Barner will take you the rest of the way of what's been a thrilling game so far, 6-3 Athens, as we head to the top of the 6th inning. You're listening to Bulldog Baseball on 970 WATH.